Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the top 10 US store closures. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating out of their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about these top 10 US store closures. They're looming just around the corner. Many of these will surprise you, especially the last one. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but over 50,000 US stores are closing by 2027. Things are not looking good with the US economy the way that it is. And we're going to start off with the number one retail location called Big Lots. Definitely no doubt that you guys are all familiar with Big Lots. Unfortunately, it looks like all urban center stores will be closed by the end of 2023 this year. There will be some stores available in maybe rural communities and things like that, but the vast majority of their operation is going belly up. Now, the next one will not be a surprise. We've actually made a video about this in a past release. I'll try to dig up that video and leave a little card here in the corner so you guys can take a look at that. But it is Bed Bath & Beyond, and it looks like all stores are going to be closing up by June 30th. You heard that right. That's about the next couple of weeks. Now, the next one is going to be your Mattress Firm. Always wondered about this location. The parking lots are always empty, the stores are always empty. Sometimes there are 2 or 3 in the same neighborhood, and it always made me wonder how they made their money. Well, it looks like now the biggest supplier for the Mattress Firm is going belly up, and their parent company is also struggling to make ends meet. So it looks like Mattress Firm is also going to shut down. Next one is Dollar General. Many of you guys ran their freight. I know that they've had some very interesting load proposals over the last couple of years. A lot of folks got really excited, and I've spoken with many of you who ran that contract, and unfortunately it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. And from what it looks like, they have some major lawsuits on their hands. They have some major OSHA violations that they've ignored, and they will be shutting down here promptly. Next, we got Party City. Now, I bring this one up strictly because all stores are closing in 2023. This is a big hit because, to shut down the entire brand and to do going out of business sales and get rid of everything that you have on your shelves, letting go of all the employees, that is a big deal, and all of them will be shut down by the end of this year. Next one up is kind of a local favorite, the CVS Pharmacy. They're closing 900 different stores in 2023. Definitely not looking good for CVS Pharmacy. Next one might be a bit of an interesting one for you, might be a surprise, and that's because it's Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh. Now, what's going on here is that they're actually closing multiple stores, multiple locations, and they're halting the opening and the planned opening of many other locations as well. So that's going to be a big one because Amazon is a really strong, bulletproof type of a business, and for them to shut down both Amazon Go as well as Amazon Fresh is definitely a big deal. Next one up is going to be Rite Aid. I definitely, have a soft spot in my heart for this location because I, remember my family doing a lot of shopping at Rite Aid when I was growing up here, when I was growing up in Utah, and they have closed already 145 stores in 2022, and there's more to come in 2023. So definitely a big hit there. Next one, may not be a big hit for truckers, but might be a bigger hit for your significant other, your spouse, and maybe some of your friends. And that's because it's Nordstrom. Now, unfortunately, Nordstrom is they found themselves on Moody's bankruptcy's watch list, and that is not the kind of watch list list that you want to find yourself on. You don't want to find yourself on any watch list for that matter, but definitely not on Moody's bankruptcy watch list. They're really, really struggling to make ends meet, and it looks like stores and different mall locations will be shutting down. And leave the best for last. This one's definitely going to be a big surprise. Certainly was for me, and that is because it's Best Buy. Now, being a true geek and always being that growing up, I was always a big fan of Best Buy, did a lot of shopping there, and now it looks like they're going to be shutting down a lot of stores. In fact, over 600 stores are in financial distress and are trying to figure out what it is that they're going to have to do to make ends meet and make this thing work out. So there's your top 10 US stores that will be shutting down, major brands as you can see, and this is obviously going to be affecting the trucking industry quite heavily because we do a lot of shipping for these types of companies. Now, what they're saying is that the reason for these shutdowns are numerous. So for example, supply chain issues, rising labor costs, economic challenges from the pandemic and everything that ensued afterwards, and all the things that are going on in the world are all boiling down to major economic challenges. Now, there's also an issue with the consumer spending, which has been shifting. We've talked about this in numerous videos. I'll try to find the right videos on that and leave a card here in the corner for your review. But consumer spending has definitely switched over, and then there's also the declining foot traffic. So a lot more online sales, a lot more e-commerce, and as they mentioned multiple times for different different businesses that I mentioned, they all kind of cited declining foot traffic as being a major reason for their inevitable shutdown. Now, there's also declining in-person sales. So besides the fact that declining foot traffic is an issue, they're also talking about in-person sales. So they have salespeople, they have to pay them, but people are just not going inside the stores to make those purchases. They would much rather, again, take advantage of e-commerce, all the major sales and things like that going on online without having to leave their home and have everything delivered to their front door. Ultimately, guys, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. How do you think this will affect trucking, the trucking industry? How will this affect you? How will this affect your friends, your family, and your coworkers, and folks that that are in the trucking industry, hauling freight every single day throughout the United States? Please let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't done so. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to switch over the camera. We're going to look over the loads that we book for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. This week we have vans and reefers. Rates are doing better and better. Let's start off with a very interesting one. This is a reefer with a 2-pick 1 dropper coming out of the Salinas, California, and Oxnard, California, going to South Portland, Maine. A very, very long run. It's a 38,000 pound load of produce mixers. Running 34 to 35 degrees on a reefer, 3,395 loaded miles. We ended up booking that one at $8,600. Got them $253 a mile on a ton of miles. That was it for the week. In fact, less than a week. Ended up running Thursday to Wednesday. Ended up grossing $8,600. $253 a mile average, 3,395 loaded miles on that one. An excellent job there. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of York, Nebraska, going to Kearney, Missouri. That's a 42,000 pound load of palletized building materials. 240 miles booked at $950. Got them $396 a mile. Then Edgerton, Kansas, with 4 dropper going to Salt Lake City, Utah, Boise, Idaho, Yakima, Washington, and the final in Gervais, Oregon. It's a light load, 12,000 pounds of dry goods, 2,016 miles in total, booked $5,300, got them $263 a mile. They finished off with Wilsonville, Oregon, going to Post Falls, Idaho. Another light loaded 11,000 pounds of food products. 392 miles booked at $1,000 even, got them $255 a mile. Did great, 7 days on the road, Thursday to Thursday. Ended up grossing $7,250 in their 7 days, ran 2,648 loaded miles at an average of $274 per loaded mile average in a regular dry van. Excellent job, Aaron. And of course, our very first one was Mike. Excellent job, Mike. That was definitely, for the books. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Mount Crawford, Virginia, going to Vidalia, Georgia. It's a 40,000 pound refrigerated food load, 34 to 38 degrees on Carolina. 34 to 38 degrees on a reefer, 545 miles booked at $1,000. Got him $1.83 on that one. Makes sense because out of Uvalde, Georgia, going to Greensboro, North Carolina, took a 35,000 pound load of onions, running 45 degrees on a reefer, 365 miles booked at $1,200. Got him $3.29 a mile. Then out of Reidsville, North Carolina, Rochester, New York, it's a 40,000 pound load of frozen foods at -10 on a reefer, 635 miles booked at $16.50. Got him $2.60 a mile. And they took the next load at Batavia, New York, going to Louisville, Kentucky with a 42,000 pound load of food products at 35 degrees on a reefer, 569 miles booked at $1,100. Got them $1.93 on that one. And then Columbus, Indiana to Mount Crawford, Virginia. It's a 41,000 pound load of dairy products, 34 to 38 degrees on a reefer, 521 miles booked at $1,600. Great job, $3.07 per mile. They finished off with Verona, Virginia, going to Linden, New Jersey. It's a load of sweet corn, 42,000 pounds, 34 degrees on a reefer, 361 miles, booked at $1,000. Got them $2.77 per mile on that one. Ended up running 7 days, Wednesday to Wednesday, grossed $7,550 on their 2,996 loaded miles, booked at an average of $2.52 per loaded mile average. Excellent job there, and that was Harrison. A great job, Harrison. It's been a while since I've seen your name on the list. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Laredo, Texas, going to Ardmore, Oklahoma. This is a 3,000 pound super light load of pressure regulators, 527 miles booked at $16.50. Got them $3.13 per mile there. Then Denton, Texas, going to Maryville, Missouri with a 43,000 pound load of agricultural materials, 575 miles booked at $1,300. Got them $2.26 per mile. And they finished off out of Edgerton, Kansas, going to Assonet, Massachusetts. So this is 43,000 pound load of pet food, 1,437 miles booked at $3,500. Got them a respectable $2.44 per mile. They ran from Friday to Thursday, 6 days on the road, ended up grossing $6,450, ran 2,539 loaded miles at an average of $2.54 per loaded mile average. Let's take a look here. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Holdridge, Nebraska, going to Carlsbad, New Mexico. Interesting. 18,000 pound load of dry goods, 743 miles booked at $2,100. Got them $2.83 a mile, and a reefer stayed off on that one. Then out of El Paso, Texas, a load to Sherman, Texas. A quick run here. Actually, not so quick. Texas is a big state. 41,000 pound load of cement, 693 miles booked at $1,200. Got them $1.73 on that one. Then out of McKinney, Texas to Newton, Iowa, going with a 42,000 pound load of metal scaffolding, 694 miles booked at $1,900. Got them $2.74 a mile, and they finished off out of Seymour, Iowa, going to El Campo, Texas, with a heavy load, 48,000 pound load of, looks like it's crane mats, 978 miles booked at $2,075. Got him $2.12 a mile. And that was it for the week. This driver was Patrick, ended up running for 7 days, Tuesday to Tuesday, $7,275 booked for the week, ran 3,108 loaded miles at an average of $2.34 per loaded mile average. And we're gonna move on to our sixth driver. This is a dry van coming out of High Point, North Carolina, going to Friendly, West Virginia. It's a load of drums, 40,000 pounds, 343 miles booked at $1,100. Got them $3.21 per mile on that one. Then Heath, Ohio to Longview, Texas, with a 43,000 pound load of strapping, 987 miles booked at $17.60. Got them $1.78 on that one. Made up the difference out of Shreveport, Louisiana, going to Springfield, Ohio. It's a dry load, 43,000 pounds of dry goods, 906 miles booked at $2,000. Got them $2.21 a mile. They finished off with Whitehall, Ohio, with a 2-dropper, going to Manassas, Virginia, and Richmond, Virginia as a final. It's 42,000 pound load of clean, dry, odor-free trailers. Real quick, easy run, 483 miles booked at $14.88. Got them $3.08 a mile. Excellent rate. Great job on the dispatchers there. This is Norman, running 7 days, Thursday to Thursday. Ended up grossing $6,348 on his week, 2,719 loaded miles, running an average of $2.33 per loaded mile average. And we're going to finish off with the last dry van coming out of Toomsboro, Hillsboro, Georgia, going to Winona, Mississippi with a 45,000-pound load of chemical fertilizers and plant nutrients. It's a 461-mile run, booked at $925. Got them just over $2 at $201 per mile. Then Verona, Massachusetts, or Mississippi, going to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Oh, Massachusetts would have been a lot of deadhead. So it's a light load, 21,000 pounds of lawn and garden goods, 1,185 miles, booked at $3,075, got them $259 a mile. Then Henderson, Colorado, with a one-pick three-dropper to Kirtland, New Mexico, Cortez, Colorado, and a final in Gallup, New Mexico, with a 36,000-pound load of animal food products, 595 miles, booked at $1,350, got them $227 per mile there. They finished off out of Flagstaff, Arizona, going to Bakersfield, California, with another light load of 12,000 pounds of ice cream cups and cones. It's a 480-mile run, $800 booked, got them $167, going to Bakersfield. Excellent job. Running 7 days, Thursday to Thursday, 2,721 loaded miles, booked $6,150 gross in their week. Ended up running these at $226 per loaded mile average. So the driver on this one was Hector, ran Thursday to Thursday, 7 days on the road, $6,150 gross, ran 2,721 loaded miles at an average of $226 per mile average. Excellent job, Hector. So as you can see, the rates are available. Yes, the markets are down. They have been on a slight increase, and we're definitely welcoming that, but rates are down. It's very difficult for a lot of carriers and owner-operators to operate out there. So make sure to give us a call or text us at 801-448-6363. We work with carriers operating under their own MC authorities. We also work with leased owner-operators. You know, if you have the willingness to work, if you have the equipment, if you want to get out there and hit it and make this type of money, we're available. We're here for you guys, and we can help you reach your goals. So give us a call or go to our website at aftdispatch.com. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.